Hello internet, welcome back to the channel. Let's say you want to learn Python programming. Well, where you gonna be start with? There is a lot of good resourcement in online, which is completely free, really good for beginner. But today's video, I'm gonna be demonstrate you the best effective way you can start your programming journey. Let's dive into it. Okay, here we starting with our source code. So yes, I develop a platform where you can start your programming journey. Let's explore that. Again, it's completely open source and I'm not going to be collect any data from here because there's a no login system required to access this. So there's the link. So this is the platform. You can explore the home page in beginning. You can see the design I really keep for programming vibe, especially the dark mode represent programming nature. I believe most of the programmer like to have dark mode in their programming tools, even their project as well. Well, this is the Python fundamental. We can explore the header in here, then the hero board is in here. It's a very simple static website. There's no such fancy things going on behind the platform. It's just the information in here are very well researched, and the way is designed to be help beginner programmer to make their fundamentals stronger. You can see there's a call in 3-day course. This whole system design to be start in a first day, second day and third day to give you a very solid understanding about the fundamental about the Python programming. Okay, let's say what we are getting in here first. So 3-day, like I mentioned earlier, we're gonna be explore 12 plus topic. Some of the example will be in here and some project will be given to practice. Some basic code structure and all in the landing page. Those are the information you can get. You can explore if you want. Well, so let's start with the basic, because in the first day I will say any programmer, if you are a beginner, you'll start with the basic fundamental, right? So let's go for the basic page. Well, when you opening the basic page in here, you can see there's an introduction of Python. Very standard. I believe you already do some study before you start learning Python, but in here have some basic introduction. What is Python? Where is used most of the time? Nowadays, I would say the most of the time Python used for AI related work and data science, even some automation as well. Web development, not so much, because there is a lot of other good a programming language used for web development, but it's also widely used sometime for individual persons who really want to have a website with Python. Okay, why Python is beginner friendly? You can have some details in here. All are well researched informations in here. So getting set up the environment, how you should set up your development environment before you start your Python journey. You need to download the Python, you need to set up in your local machine and everything. All the information you will get from here. So when you are actually gonna be start number three, Python basic, when you actually gonna be start writing code, I want you to open another page from down in here. You go to all the way down, then you go to breakdown page. There's another page called breakdown. I want you to have this side by side. You need to put some effort to learn this properly. So you have to go through this process. So let's go for the first example. Okay, the Python basic. Let's say the way actually I learn programming, or I prefer to learn any kind of programming language, is try to understand the program word by word. What I mean by that, let's say in here have this name equal to alias. So what represent name in here, why equal in here, why alias in here inside the quotation, and in a second line have the same type of things, but why in here don't have this quotation. So you should ask a lot of questions to yourself, especially if you are a beginner. Why this thing in here? If I do this, what gonna be happen? How that thing should be executed? So that's how actually I also start learning, asking a lot of question and do some research. Okay, let's say when you have all those questions and you want to understand why the whole line is like this and what is the meaning of each word in here. Okay, let's explore the breakdown page now. Well, we start with the same code line we see in here. The name equal alias under the quotation? Well, let's explore now. What is the name represent in here? This is a variable name. Okay, I'll break down a simple way what is name represent in here. Let's say you have a box, and in the box you want to keep your all the USB-C cable. So you're gonna be open the box, you'll put all of your USB-C cable, and you give it a level to be identification that this is a USB-C cable box. So you'll have a label on the box. So the box is the name in here. There's the same thing in here. I type also. This is a variable name identifier. It's like a label or container where we store our data. Data can be anything, like in our example scenario was USB-C cable. Okay. You can choose any name you want to, like a box label. What is equal means in here? It's a assignment operator. That means that equal connected with this and to this, the variable connected with the data. That's the same thing I also written in here. Then let's go to the alias. What is alias? In our example scenario, alias was the USB-C cable. So this is a string value text format data. Okay, there's a lot of different type of data. This is a text format data. This text format data, when you are using any text format data, you have to give a quotation to Python will understand what type of data it is. That's why when you the codes tell Python is a text. Okay, so if you don't put the text in here, Python won't recognize it's a text format data. Okay, why 25 in here without quotation? Okay, 25 in here is a integer value. Integer value is a number format. Okay, when we are using any kind of number format, we don't need to give any kind of quotation. Python will automatically recognize it's a number in the data value. Okay, okay, this is a whole number. Why I put a label in here whole number? Because there is sometime have a like 5.6, like in here height represent 5.6 is a floating value, so it is a decimal number. All right, when you're using decimal number, we're going to be have the point something something something, so that is a decimal number. And if you're using like something like 25 or 50 100, it's a, like a whole number. That's why the I put the level in here to be correctly understand that. Okay, so I think you got the basic idea how the platform actually designed for. After that, you will go through more breakdown of each code line about different type of datas, input, output, and everything. So I want you to do as much as research possible to you. You do the practice, try to understand the each line of code and write it yourself. When you actually learning the code, also write that on your own code editor to get the full view of the programming. All right, so after that you will complete the all basic informations in here, all the breakdown. Each of these step have a breakdown information in here also. All right, then you can go to the next chapter. Next chapter is a intermediate. Okay, in the intermediate you will have a little bit more advanced compared to the basic level. All right, in here you're going to be introduced with the loop, data structure, function, condition statement, and so on. Over there have a multiple step, you can go through that. Each of the step have a breakdown information in here also, you can take a look. And each of the code line I break down with the proper description, why the things, what is that, and all. So you can study and practice as much as you want. Okay, I want you to take time and try to understand the fundamental as much as possible details way, because this is very important. If you want to become a professional programmer, make sure you have a very solid foundation about the programming language. All right, then I have another page called tool. We explored that page now. Well, for the basic level, when you are starting, you really don't need to explore all the tools, but just give an example. Here you can see the tool called Anaconda, PyCharm, so on. Little bit more advanced things in here. You can know about those tools, and if you really interested about to go more advanced in Python, you can introduce yourself, why those tools using for what type of project, why you gonna be use that, when you gonna be use that. All right. In here also I break down the each how you're gonna be utilize that, how you can install on your system, then you can work with that. Once you're going more advanced, this also can be helpful for you. Let's explore a page called implementation now. Well, this is the page for researcher, I would say, the people who want to learn deeply about any subject. In here you can be explore how Python language come from, how machine actually communicate with the program, how things are executed in machine language, etc. So you can explore the page, and each section will give you a valuable information about the Python, about the bytecode, machine code, and so on. Those are the most fun thing you can learn about programming language, and in generally it will be helpful if you are a programmer to just explore those pages and get the knowledge providing in here. All right, not compulsory, the people are more adventurous people, they can come and explore this page. Okay, one more page I really want everyone to explore if you are starting your programming journey is quiz. Once you start learning the pages, the basic, intermediate, after you finishing those, I want you to come in here and go through the quiz competition in here. Well, those are not really normal or random questions. Those questions you're gonna be asked whenever you go for any examination to get certified as a Python programmer. I collect those questions from those kind of platform actually when I personally go and give the exams. So you can really go through that, give a try, and learn about the programming more. All right. I really want you to explore the questions. It will be helpful for you. Give an example. You just submit the answer that will give you breakdown if that is right or wrong, why that question is like that. End of the session, you will get your marks and see how much you can achieve by answering those questions. Well, so those all information in the platform, you can go explore all of those things by yourself and come up your own thoughts. I always try to make something valuable for the programming community and in general. Please share your feedback. If you have any suggestion about the platform, write it down in the comment, and I'll try to implement if this stand out the idea for me. If you want to support me, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next video. Thank you.